Hello there boys and girls, welcome to today's little video. Today's going to be really cool and different type of video that I haven't done before, but I feel like it needs to be done because it needs to be talked about what the topic is in this video. And the video is going to be about Call of Duty Infinity Warfare and why I'm not really excited for it, and why most of us, not the bandwagoning people, but the real reason we are not excited for this game, and that's what I'll get into. So let's check out the new Call of Duty Infinity Warfare gameplay trailer called Black Skies. It's basically an introduction to what the campaign will look like and how the first part of the game looks like. It's a lot of things in this gameplay trailer that irked me, and it caused me to be like, okay, I have to make a video about it, because if not, I am going to be very, very annoyed with myself. So as of recording this video, the dislike bar is at 57,616 and likes is at 63,773. Now that is looking quite positive for Call of Duty. They finally, became more popular in the sense of not having themselves disliked into fucking oblivion like that first trailer that they released. Now, obviously, a large amount of these dislikes come from people that are jumping on the bandwagon just constantly. Yeah, Battlefield 1 has killed Call of Duty is dead, blah, 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 blah. Well, honestly, yes, that is a big thing in this community that we have to deal with right now. So, a lot of people are commenting the same thing over and over again. But what I want to get down to is why I feel that this gameplay game is not what I want it to be. Now, of course, I'm just a single person and I am not entitled to everything in life, but I have my opinions and I will let them be heard, even though not so many will hear them. So let's just jump into this. The part that I really find interesting is the part where we really get into the gameplay that really made me feel like, oh no. So this is a gameplay. Let me find it here. Okay, so this, oh man, I forgot to turn off the sound. This right here is a repeat of previous Call of Duty games that has happened in every one since Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the no Russian scene. So Call of Duty has had this neck where they show you some horrific scene where civilians are hurt or there's large amounts of casualties, or you're the one inflicting the casualties, and makes a player stop and think if this is really what I want to do, or blah blah blah, make you question your morality as the gamer or as the protagonist or whatever, or really try to motivate you. Yeah, these people are bad. The thing is, if you do it every single game, you're gonna get bored. And that's the problem. Every single Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops and Black Ops excluded, haven't really pushed it so hard. But this one is just another fucking same thing. It started with the no Russian, and then with the London bombing, and then so on. It's every single time the same one. There's a few things that's going to come up like this. Well, actually two things which I found in this trailer, which particularly seemed so familiar to me. But there's other things that I need to talk about too. Now, if we just skip a bit forward, you see this whole same scene where the dust comes down. And you're like, oh no. It gives you a moment of quiet and serene to take in the whole chaos of the situation, which is really cool in the sense of, I've seen this before, but thank you for showing the horrific scenes, which is here. So now we go a little bit forward into where it gets to the shooty shoot part, and that's where I really want to drive across a certain point. Call of Duty Call of Duty Infinity Warfare has not at all innovated the gameplay. They have set themselves in the future and also in space combat, which I will get to in a later point of this video, but to the point that I want to drive across is, this is gameplay that I've seen since Call of Duty 2. There's nothing new to this whole formula. You walk down a certain corridor or city or whatever, and you're shooting people left, right, and center. Now, I might hear you say, Rapscallion, that's what you do in FPSs. No. And yes, it's a very gray zone question to answer, but the thing is, this game is so similar to every single Call of Duty that I've played up until now. And I have bought every single one of them because I'm a sucker for video games. I love myself a good video game, or the curiosity. Basically, I can't help myself. Too much of myself is curious about how bad or how good this game can be actually, and I give most games a go. The problem here is I get instantly bored even though I'm not even playing. I'm watching the trailer and I'm thinking, I've done this before. I've ran down the corridors. I've ducked out of cover. I've shot a certain amount of some enemies. I've dodged the grenades and everything, and it doesn't seem new to me. There's nothing here that's calling out and shouting out to me innovation, new gameplay. I know they've increased the development time of each of the Call of Duty games to give time to the developers to really push out new ideas, and I think they did that with the whole space combat, but I'll get to that in a few minutes. The thing is about this is it's not really innovating. It's, again, a very strict formula that it kept to it. If you look past the whole flashlights and the flashy flash, you see the base core of the gameplay is same. Now, many of the fans of the series will love this concept, this whole idea of it not changing too much is a good thing for them. They feel like it's really what they want or what they love. But for me, I'm burnt out. I cannot play another single game that does the same thing consistently over and over and over again. And that's a thing that I cannot stand. And that's why I'm not excited for Call of Duty Infinity Warfare. Now, that being said, I'm gonna talk about another game during this video, but not too much. But just a little tip my hat towards it. Battlefield 1 is the main competitor between the two summer, winter, whatever blockbusters when these games are released this year. Everyone's basically saying Call of Duty is killed because of Battlefield 1. But the problem with Battlefield 1 is that they fucked up a huge part of the gameplay. Now, what everyone was expecting, if you go to the forums of any Battlefield forums or any trailers and you go way back in time and you see all the people start to have a discussion about what this game can really be and what it's going to be like. And then the people talked about like situations where you're going to be in the trench and there's going to be another guy with a whistle. You blow the whistle and you guys jump over the trench top and you just run across no man's land and you're getting shot left, right, and center. It's going to be action-packed. It's going to be strategic. What happened? They had that god-awful fucking event at E3 to showcase the multiplayer, and I was silent. I was excited about the whole game. It looks fun. It looks fast, but that's not what World War I was about. It wasn't about sprawling, running around, shooting and everything. It was close quarter combat. It wasn't what that was. That's basically Battlefield 4 reskin with a World War I concept. And that's the same thing the developers are fucking up on in a constant manner. They're reskinning formulas with certain themes or certain stuff to attract the short attention span of players. And that is not an insult, it's actually the truth. If you look at gamers, we are so excited about a certain game for a certain time and then we just die out. The community dies out, they become more concentrated form of a community and become more tight-knit, and that's what that main community is for each and certain game. If you look at games like Planetside 2 at release, it was amazing. People were like, oh my god, and now it's like the people that are there are the people that will stay with the game for until the server shut down. But until then, rarely, maybe a Steam summer sale or something like that will cause people to go to the game again. Not for Planetside 2 because it's free to play, but you know what I mean. So what does this mean for Infinity Warfare and Battlefield 1? Well, as a gamer and as a player, I expected to have something new from both sides. Infinity Warfare did bring the space combat, but I'll get to that in a few minutes. The gameplay, the core combat, the place that we all love to be in is the FPS content of the game, and both feel rehashed. But I have to say, Battlefield 1 it just looks a bit more fun to me in this point, but I haven't seen the multiplayer for Call of Duty, and that is something that I really am looking forward to see. There's something that I'm kind of hoping that they do, and if they do that, that'd be really awesome, and that would probably tip the scale for me to Call of Duty as a favorite for this year, but most likely I will play both of them because I'm an idiot. Just to mention something quickly, a game that did innovate themselves this year is Overwatch. That's why people love that fucking game so much, because it's done something completely different. It's got a different formula. Now, I might hear you screeching at the screen like, Rascallion, but it's like Team Fortress 2. And exactly, how many Team Fortress 2 games are there in the market? None. Not so many. There are some few clones, but no AAA Team Fortress 2 styled gameplay. Not so many. And that's what we need. We need innovation. We need to flesh out certain markets which are not being used as much as we want them to be. For instance, a game which really is, in a sense, a true World War I shooter is Verdun. I would really recommend you guys to go play that game. It is a blast to play. It's a fucking blast to the senses. It just pushes you into a whole different scenario of gameplay. Another game, if you want a modern shooter, is Squads. It's another game which really impacts you as a player during the gameplay. It's open. It's action packed. It stimulates you, and not in a sexual way. Don't take it wrong. I'm looking for words to use. But it's really cool, those kinds of games, because it really innovated the gameplay mechanics of a first-person shooter. That's what they need to do. And these developers are indie developers, not high-class, AAA, multi-award winning developers. No, these are people that just said, you know what, I want to make a game, and I'm going to make the game, and they did it, and it's amazing. So please, DICE, Infinity Warfare, Activision's whole cage full of developers which are developing Call of Duty, please innovate yourselves. And I hear you saying, but how about the space combat? Now, about the space combat in Call of Duty Infinity Warfare, I'm kind of afraid of it, but I feel it has potential to flesh out the gameplay and make it interesting. The thing is, with Call of Duty, it has burnt me in the past when it came to vehicular content. Like, for instance, in Black Ops 1, that you had the helicopter scene where you bam, 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 rolling through the forest, and you bam, 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 shooting people left, right, and center. That was awesome. It really felt cool. But then again, it was on rails. And then you had Battlefield, I think it was Modern Warfare 2, they had the same situation, and that's my fear. I feel like it's gonna, I hope to dear God, it's not an on-rails scene where you're flying through space and you just have to move the joystick left, right, and center so you can just shoot the people left, right there. Because during the trailer, the movement is super fast and super agile. Now, I don't know how that's gonna transfer over to our hands if we're able to play it like that, or is it gonna be, is it gonna be a true simulator flight capabilities like Elite Dangerous or No Man's Sky, and there's another game that I really want to think about it. I forgot the name. Star Citizen. Or is it just going to be an on-rail shooter where you fly around and you basically land in the enemy ship, and then you basically do that whole explosion scene at the end. And now I want to talk about something which kind of like, segues into the multiplayer, which I was talking about before. If they implement that into the multiplayer where you have two opposing teams with both have a ship and another ship, and then people get into small carriers or small troop transports or own fighter jets, and they go fighting in the space, and then they land an enemy ship, and then they have to blow it up, and so people have to stay on the ship to defend. That would be awesome. That would change the motherfucking Call of Duty Infinity whatever's formula. It would make it so cool, because that's what people wanted from Battlefront, the new game from fucking DICE, and that's what we need. We're so wanting that. That's why Star Citizen adds those shit to their game, because that's what people want. But Star Citizen is another kind of fucking beast. We want a quick game. We don't want to spend months and months building up our ships. Okay, there are people that do it, but I don't have that much time. I'm a father now, so shit. So it's really cool if they were to add that, but that's why I'm kind of afraid. I'm afraid, and I'm most likely 99% sure it's gonna be the old same Call of Duty multiplayer experience with jetpacks or some new, just something hashed onto it, and that's kind of sad. Most likely, and it will most likely sell well because people will go buy it. But looking at the comment sections and the dislike bars, I don't think so. But it's still gonna sell well in the eyes of Activision, maybe not as good as before, and maybe they'll cause Activision to halt production and start to reinvent the fucking box. Hopefully it doesn't happen, because these developers are people and these people are employed, so hopefully they don't lose their jobs. And that, again, I feel bad when I criticize video games and people like this, because it's someone else's job and I have no talent to do this by myself. I am just a video gamer sitting in his fucking room talking shit over the internet. But basically, to summarize the whole thing, the whole goddamn video into 5 or less words, Call of Duty has bored me. It's boring. It's boring. It needs to be more interesting. Do Battlefield Bad Company 2. Do Overwatch. Do something that makes me feel revitalized. Stimulated. I wish that word again. But that's the video, guys. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully it's entertaining to you guys, this kind of video. It's going to be called Upgaming Info, as you see in the title. Leave me a comment in the section below. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Oh my god, a tongue twister. And tell me your opinion about the topics. Is there any other game which you feel has done the same thing here in and here out that you feel needs to be fucking dealt with? Or is it just am I just going crazy or insane? Thank you guys for watching. And if you guys want to keep up with my videos, there's a new system on YouTube. There'll be a link in the description. Click there, accept the invite, so when I launch a video onto the channel, onto the internet, and I share it with you guys, you get a notification. Exactamondos. Thank you guys for watching, and once again, I love you faces with a bit of pie, and I'll see you boys and girls in the next video. My name is Rapskillian. Bye bye.